Welcome to Straight from the Horse's Mouth, where we cut the BS and give you the truth all about sports. Once again, I am Bryce Oden, host from Bryce Davis.
What's good?
First, we'd like to thank you guys for the support you showed in the last video. You guys showed out. It was one of our highest rated videos, viewed wide in a while. Thank you. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. To rate us on the other platforms, whether it's Spotify or Apple Music. It helps with the algorithm. It helps boost us and it gets us to all types of eyeballs. And also helps with feedback. Let us know things that you guys see you think we can improve upon.
Like, didn't like, we want to know.
Let us know topics you wouldn't mind us covering, whether it's sports or coach or anything outside of it. We do plan on, as we stated in previous episodes, we do plan on touching on more than just sports because we have interests outside of sports.
Yeah.
But again, thank you guys. And Bryce mentioned hype is something.
Yeah, there's a hype thing now, so do that.
Yeah, get us a pat on the butt.
Show us some love in the algorithm.
An attaboy, pat on the ass. You know what I'm saying?
$2, that'd be nice too.
Yeah, thumbs up and all that kind of stuff, man. Anyway, let's get to it.
Yeah.
Obviously, with the NBA kicking off, it wouldn't be an NBA season without there being turmoil within Memphis.
Yeah.
Right. A lot's going on in Memphis. With Ja Morant. Obviously, recently he was suspended by the Memphis Grizzlies for conduct detriment to the team because of post-game comments he made.
Yep.
And it just kind of encapsulates kind of like this Ja Morant era.
Yeah.
It has a lot of people asking, is this it?
Yep.
Is it coming to an end? So Bryce put together a kind of a timeline of how we got here, starting from Ja's beginning to how we got here now.
So we'll start 2019-2020. He is drafted number 2 overall, won the NBA Rookie of the Year and all rookie first team.
Mm-hmm.
And in that year, team record was 34-39, made the play-in, did not advance. And he also averaged 17, 3, and 7. The year after that, great year. They made it to the playoffs, lost in the first round to the Jazz. Averages 19, 4, and 7. So once again, just we're seeing a lot. Year after that, gets fun. The franchise wins a record 57 wins. Reached the semifinals against the Warriors, if y'all remember that series. I think it was big because they beat the Warriors in that play-in game the 2 years prior. I believe.
I remember that. Yep.
So that was a big game. He averaged that season 27, 5, and 6. First All-Star selection of his career. Won Most Improved Player and an All-NBA team in the same year.
And it should be noted around this time, you're starting to hear whispers about it. Is he the next face of the league?
Yeah.
He was by far the most exciting new player to come into the league in quite some time.
Yep.
The bravado, the recklessness.
Yep.
Him trying to dunk on every human being,
dunk on everybody,
trying to catch a body. You know what I'm saying?
These were those years. So these first 3 years is where we're really starting to feel Ja, because remember, he's the second overall draft. Zion was first, and we're like, I think Ja was the better pick, y'all.
Exactly. I still feel like he was.
He was. But there's a little murmuring of, I don't like that. It's first kind of off the court issue. Somebody tweets something stupid at him, and he responds, see how the hollows feel. And he's free to see how hollows feel.
Right.
Deletes it pretty instantly because everyone's like, what are you tweeting at niggas, bro?
Right.
But that was the first where it's like, I don't like that. Another good season, 26, 5, and 8. First round exit to the Lakers. This is the Lakers team that goes on to win against the Miami Heat. That's this season.
The bubble?
No, not the bubble season. No.
I want to go to the West Conference Finals and lose to the Nuggets.
The Nuggets. That's where they lose to the Nuggets. Maintained an all-star level, all of that. Still very elite. We still love Ja, but it's kind of where it starts with the off court now. There's an incident at a Memphis mall. Ja's mother and family are at a shoe store. They don't like how they're being treated. So she calls Ja. They run up there with like 8 people, harass the store, harass security. and everyone's just like, what are we doing?
Yeah. And to me, this is also around this time to me where we start to notice a shift in just Ja's energy.
Yeah.
Right. There's a cockiness there.
Yep.
There's an arrogance there.
Yeah, because this is, I believe this season is the We're Finding the West season.
Obviously, that team showed a lot of immaturity.
Yeah.
Which is why they lost to the Lakers and all that kind of stuff. The Dylan Brooks antics and all that.
Yep.
We also got to see how some of maybe the people around him aren't probably as in his best interests as well.
Like I said, that's the first instance that happens over the summer of 2022 in July. A couple days later, there's a report that he punches a 17-year-old kid in the face, Joshua Holloway. And then he also alleges that Ja went into his house, came out with a gun, and that's why he kind of fled the scene.
Who fled the scene?
Joshua Holloway, why he's like, I got to get out of here because
he don't want to see how them hollows feel.
I'm not.
He tweeted it. You niggas need to understand. He thought we bullshit down here.
No, he was real.
We in real. Big Memphis.
Yep.
What you talking about?
January 29th, 23, after a game versus Indiana Pacers, associates of Morant allegedly pointed a red laser at a Pacers security guard because I believe he was just not allowing entry into that side of the building.
Yeah, dog, we trying to get through. Now we getting through this the easy way or the hard way.
You seen the Israel 85 NBA YoungBoy skit?
No.
That's what I feel like this was like, where it's like,
wait, you know it's RDC?
RDC, yeah. The NBA YoungBoy
Yeah,
skit. I feel like that's what that scene was like, where it's like, let him in. Let him in.
All right, we go, all right.
Somebody gonna get hurt. But then it gets worse. March 4th, 2023. This says live stream, but it wasn't live stream. There was a leaked footage of Ja Morant at a strip club. Or no, it was live streamed. It was live streamed. That's right. He live streamed himself at the strip club with the gun. I do remember now. Okay. Yeah.
Which one came first, the club one or him in the frame in the car?
The club one came first because he was on.
It was in Denver.
It was in Denver. He was on Instagram Live. Because I can remember it now. It's all purple in the room.
You sure it was him? I could have sworn it was the club.
No, because there was like a still image of him with the holding up the gun by the handle, and then the club footage also came out.
Gotcha.
But he was like, you could see the gun flashing on the screen. Right. Is what happened on the live stream. And then everyone's like, we don't know if that's really Ja. And the club was like, no, that was him. Because they had to kick him out.
Right.
And then a couple months after that, then the car live stream happened. That's why everyone's like, yo, you need to get off live.
Yeah. It was his friend, though, wasn't it?
It was his friend, though. It's like, yo, just stay away from Instagram. Yeah. Instagram needs to get out your life because this is twice now.
Yeah, him and Shannon Sharp, stay away from Instagram.
Yep. And then the NBA suspends him for the rest of the season. I believe he does miss the postseason.
How many games specifically?
25 games.
Okay.
I believe he does miss the postseason.
I said it because I want people to think he has to spend it for the entire season.
No, it's 25 games. It's the end of the season, basically.
Right, yeah.
Which he then has to serve some of those games into the next season.
Yeah.
And then the wheels fall off the wagon. 2023, 2024. Team goes 27-55. Ja only played 9 games. He has to get a shoulder surgery, which pretty much eliminates him from the season. They stink. In the 9 games, though, I will say, averages 25, 5-8.
Yeah, he came back lit. He looked good. Yeah.
He looked really, really good. But I think the team kind of realizes. Did
he hit a buzzer beater during that time frame?
Yes, against Miami.
Yep.
But the team kind of realizes that maybe that this version of our team just isn't going to work. And a key departure of this season is Dylan Brooks traded to Houston. He's the first casualty of just Memphis. It's like we're not liking what we're seeing.
Right. Traded, he just walked.
Traded.
Okay.
He got traded.
Okay.
Steven Adams is the one who walks and then signs with Houston.
Okay, I got you.
2024-2025 season. With Morant playing approximately 50 games, the team goes 30-20 when he plays. It's averaging 23, 4 and 7 once again. Still not a great season overall, though. They only make it to the first round, get bounced by. Was Minnesota that year?
What year?
2024, 2025.
Just a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they got the break speed off of them.
Yeah.
Was it Minnesota? Yeah, it had to be. Because Golden State faced off against Houston in the first round.
I believe, it was Minnesota.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
They beat the
before they even get to the playoffs, though, big news: Taylor Jenkins is fired.
Mm-hmm.
We're all like, "What's going on?"
Right.
To preface that year, the season before, they fired most of his coaching staff and brought in the current head coach, Tomas Izalo. I'm sorry for butchering his name.
Mm-hmm.
But they bring in him as the assistant, and Taylor Jenkins was a dead man walking anyway.
Right.
But he's gone.
And the big thing about this is Tomas wanted to play a different style of basketball.
Because
and Ja Morant did not like
he didn't
the
like
style
it.
that
Tomas has brought in.
Because it took him away from the ball. Ja liked doing a lot of pick and roll, like ball screen stuff like that, and he took that away.
Yeah, because he's also the offensive coordinator, basically.
Yeah.
But Memphis says, Taylor Jenkins, you got to go, and Desmond Bane also leaves this season, which is where we are now.
Yeah.
They've only played 7 games so far, 3-3. Ja's disgruntled. He's still not liking what Tomas is putting down.
But it should be noted that the style that Ja wants to play, he did implement.
Yeah.
And not only did he implement it, it's the highest usage of that Ja style in his NBA career.
Yeah.
So it's not a style thing anymore. He can't say that.
He can't say that. But he's still disgruntled, and it feels like the Grizzlies are saying, and what?
Right.
You're paid. We already gave you your extension.
Mm-hmm.
You here. This your coach. Make it work.
Right. So the way I see this is this will be a nice litmus test to see where we are in the new era of the NBA. Are we still in the era where
superstars
disgruntled and just get traded no matter what, or are teams going to put their foot down and go, "Hey man, we'll move you when we feel like we move you.
Yeah,
you ain't going nowhere."
That's fair.
Right? I'll be honest with you. I don't see Ja ever actually asking out. I don't. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson had some friction when he was in
the whole time.
Philly.
The whole time he was.
You know
in
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when Larry Brown was his coach. Ironically, that's the most success he had with a coach. But when Larry Brown was his coach, if there was ever a time it would have been around that time frame. He was almost traded during that time frame as well, right?
Yep.
But he stuck it out, won an MVP, went to the NBA Finals, stole a game off Kobe and Shaq, right? I see Ja as kind of in that same mode. I do not ever see him actually going to Memphis front brass and going, "Hey, I want out.
I want to get traded."
I don't see him ever actually going and asking for the coach to be fired. I think right now what Ja has to ask himself is, because don't get me wrong, his play on the court was a bit the stuff he was doing this year. I saw Draymond Green talk about this on his show, on his podcast. Him and Steph was talking about it after the game, that Ja just didn't seem like himself or whatever, and Steph called it like a silent protest or whatever, right? Ja was just kind of standing off in the corner or whatever, not really
engaging with the coaches, not engaging with teammates.
And it kind of reminded me of Vince Carter's time in Toronto.
When that came to an end,
where it was kind of like you can tell he was like not going all out,
right?
Not playing as hard as he could be. Silent protest, right? You want it known that, sort of like how in NFL you have hold-ins, right? You want it known that you're upset, that you're just disgruntled. So you're not going to go all out. You're not going to play. You're not going to, like, Vince Carter, stop dunking, right? You know what I'm saying, Toronto, right? Yeah. You're not going to be the player that we came to know and love, right? Ja Morant is like that, but I think he's a little bit more, he not built. I think Vince was a little bit more diva-ish like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think Ja's going to do that, but I think he has to ask himself, what do I want out of my career? Because it's still your decision.
Yep.
You're still going out there and choosing to act this way. That makes you look bad, not the coach.
Yep.
No one's going to care. The coach put your style in.
Yep.
So now you can't be mad now, right? You still got to go on the court and play the game. You're still the engine that runs this team.
I think it should also be noted, you said there are reports of also Jaren Jackson Jr. kind of also feeling like Ja feels.
Yeah. Well, he can go.
But
he can get the fuck out of here.
He can go, but
you can get traded,
I'm
fam.
wondering, based on what you're saying, he's not feeling himself. I wonder if this is just the impact of he's starting to understand this is what the NBA is like.
Yeah.
All your boys are gone.
Yeah.
The coach you liked is gone.
Right.
It's a business, right? Memphis is trying to make sure that they are winning basketball games.
Right.
And we couldn't do that under the coach that you liked. We couldn't do that with your boys. That's just how it is.
And with the coach that you like, yes, that you had success, but also there was a lack of institutional control.
Yep.
It was a super immaturity that permeated through this locker room that just needed to go.
Yep.
We were going nowhere fast with you knuckleheads. You know what I'm saying? Just wasn't gonna work, right? And Memphis rightfully made the decision that the two most important players in their eyes were Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. Yes, Desmond Bane was nice, but he's a luxury.
Yep.
Same with Dillon Brooks, they can go. Right now, obviously Dillon Brooks did help Houston.
Yeah.
So I told people all the time. I saw him play at Oregon.
Yeah.
Despite all the antics, I know he's a good player.
He's a good basketball.
You know what I'm
player.
saying?
Yeah.
And I still stand. I know Desmond Bane has struggled so far in Orlando, but I still stand by that trade. Full first round picks is a lot.
Yeah.
But that's the day and age it is in the NBA.
Yep.
He's a good player as well. But the two most important pieces are Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
You guys are the leadership of that locker room. Act like it.
Yeah.
Act like it. The coach wants to implement the offense. Do it.
Yeah.
You know, like you throwing a fit, tweeting, doing all this, all this other shit. It just alludes to the immaturity that you are allowed to like exude.
Yeah.
That's over.
Done.
It's over, bro. Welcome to the NBA, like you said.
Yeah.
That little playtime, that's over.
We had our fun.
Yeah.
But y'all are going on year 5 or 6 now.
Yeah.
They're going on year 6.
Mm-hmm.
And all we got to show for is a semi-conference?
Right.
We couldn't even get to the Memphis, been to a finals. Dallas went to a
well, you're 7, right? You dropped to 2019?
2019, yeah.
This is year 7.
You're 7. So
Yeah.
teams that are around our time frame have made it at least to a Western Conference finals.
Dallas.
Yep.
Minnesota.
Denver.
Yep.
A team that was beyond our timeline. Golden State.
Yeah.
Won a championship.
Right.
We were supposed to be the new up and comers.
And as of this moment, there's an argument that there's not an argument. You guys have been passed up by the Spurs.
Yep.
As of this moment,
Houston's passing you by.
Houston's passing you by. That's weird. I meant to say Houston, but I said the Spurs instead. That's fucking weird.
No. Houston's passing you by.
Hell, you drafted 2019. During that time frame, the Suns went to the finals.
Yeah, yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
they snuck in a finals appearance. Like so, everybody's kind of having this success, and you guys have been stuck in neutral or going backwards.
Yep.
So now it's like, all right, Ja, what do you want? Because to me, I'll be honest with you, he hasn't earned anything to me in my eyes.
No,
you haven't earned this power.
Y'all are in the same boat as Zion.
Yeah,
like you and Zion are kind of the same right now.
Right.
Both of y'all were supposed to be the next up and comers, and you have either stagnated or gone backwards.
Right.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
We have to get this right.
And what have you done to it? What do you think you've achieved to think you deserve to act the way you've been acting?
No, we can give Ant that pass.
Yeah,
we can absolutely give Anthony Edwards that pass. You've shown us. You've shown us what we need to see to be like, you get a pass.
Right.
You got that pass early on, and now we've revoked it.
Yeah,
it's been revoked.
Yeah. Your YN pass has been revoked.
It's been revoked. It's time for you to start winning basketball games.
Yeah.
And getting further than first round exits and play-ins.
Yeah.
This is not acceptable.
Especially if you're gonna be doing all this extra shit you've been doing off the court.
Yeah.
And now this extra shit you're doing on the court.
Yeah.
Like take care of your business first.
Yep.
And then down the road you be like, hey man, look, I've been a model citizen. Hey man, I've been balling my ass off. The organization just ain't treating me right. I don't like none of the moves they made. At that point, fair.
A great analog.
LeBron in Cleveland, kind of.
Yeah, LeBron in Cleveland, Hakeem with the Rockets there for a minute, where he was just disgruntled, and the Rockets and them came together, and it worked.
Yeah,
you can be disgruntled, you can not like your job sometimes, but maybe just
Kobe was like that.
Yeah, Kobe with the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine, but you got to win basketball games for us to really care about how you feel.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Achieve shit.
Achieve something, right?
On a consistent basis.
Based on what we've said, you've only gotten one All-NBA team.
Mm-hmm.
That was 4 years ago.
Right.
Haven't gotten that since. You've been an All-Star, but you're no longer considered one of the best guards in the league right now.
A lot of guards that have came up since then.
Yeah.
A lot of guards, yeah.
So come on, man. What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want?
And that's the question he has to ask himself.
What do you want?
You're right.
Because right now you are slowly going to be a footnote in the league. You know, remember we will be old heads talking about, y'all didn't see Ja back when he first started. Y'all know Ja is this, that, the third.
Yeah.
Y'all should have seen him dunking on everything. He dunked on Wemby. Let me pull it up.
Sort of Sean Kempish.
Yeah.
Except at least Sean Kemp still went to the finals. You know what I'm saying? But kind of like that.
I don't want to have that conversation with a bunch of young kids talking about, y'all don't know Ja.
Yeah.
Ja was tough. Ja, come on, man. You want us to be doing that for you?
Yeah.
Advocating for you when clearly you're not the best?
Right. You gonna go into that Steve Francis, Stephon Marbury category of guards that was like, yo, you had to have seen. You got to see Steve Frank when he was in Houston.
Yep.
Got to see Marbury when he was with Minnesota and New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to see, Phoenix or whatever. Like you should have. Like no, you still in the league. You can still, just like with Zion.
Yeah.
You can still control your destiny. You can still wake up and decide. You know what? Enough with the BS. You coach, I play.
Yep. Let's get it cracking.
Let's start busting some heads wide open.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You still can be, if you wanted to, you can still be fine in the West.
Yes, absolutely. The West is very wide open.
Ain't no reason for why you can't, because you still, say what you want. When he's healthy and they play, they win games. Flat out.
What I said.
When he's healthy, you said it in a 50-game sample, they're 30
in a
20.
50-game sample, 30 and 20, 23 points a game, 4 rebounds,
so
7 assists. So when he plays,
they win games. You're a winning player. You're an impactful player. But your mind, your spirit, your soul, everything has to be focused.
Commit to basketball. You got to commit to basketball.
You got to commit, dog.
Yeah.
What do you want? Do you want greatness or not?
Yep.
Because it seems right now you got to decide, and that includes the people around you.
Yep.
Right. Like
yo, pop. Hey, pops. Chill.
Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah.
Enough, Dad.
All the laser pointing, all your homies, all that.
Enough of that, y'all.
You are not a kid anymore. You're a grown ass man in a grown ass business. You got to conduct yourself as such.
Yep.
No one's gonna feel bad for you no more. You're a millionaire.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You got paid.
You're like Jay-Z said, you're not a businessman, you're a businessman.
Yep.
Act like it.
Yep.
Take care of your business on the court. Take care of your business off the court. That way, when you do get to the moments where you are disgruntled, we can be like, you know what? We get it.
Yeah.
We understand.
He's done everything they've asked him to do, and it's still not working. It's y'all now.
Yeah.
But right now, it's you.
It's on you.
It's you. Continuing on from that.
Yeah. What's the next on the docket?
Next was trade deadline.
Yes.
Big trade deadline.
Moving on from the NBA.
Yep.
To the NFL. NFL had their trade deadline this past week, and at first it was very quiet.
Very quiet.
Like, damn, what's like.
That's the best part about the NFL trade deadline. To me, because the NBA is like trade, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
The NFL, we're like, all right, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And you wait and you're waiting, and it just doesn't happen. And then like first domino fell. Sauce Gardner.
Well, so the first trade that I heard about really was Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers.
Getting traded from Vegas to Jacksonville. As we know, Jacksonville. I believe Travis Hunter just went on IR, I think.
Yes.
So he's out for at least 4 games or something like that.
Yeah.
So they needed another receiver. Brian Thomas Jr. is out.
Yep.
He's hurt. So
yes, they're down bad for receivers.
Yeah, and they're still in the thick of things and not only in the AFC South, but in the AFC in general. They have a winning record right now.
Yep.
So obviously they're so that was I actually like that trick. I like Jacoby Myers.
Yeah.
Things being underutilized in that wasteland that is Vegas. God damn, that's a bad contract with Geno Smith. Holy shit. But like you said, the Jets fire sale begins. Really got us cracking. Obviously, they traded Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, Sauce Gardner
to the Colts.
Yeah.
What do you think about that one? Because they traded like 2 first-round picks for him?
2 first-round picks for him. I love this for the Colts.
Really?
I do.
Okay.
I do, because right now, I forget her name right now, but the Ursay daughter.
Yeah.
She's doing everything she can to get people excited for Indianapolis again. And I think this is a move that helps that. Right now, y'all are playing some of the best football you've ever played. I don't think your defense is shaky, but it shores it up. And you just need to make sure that whoever's in her ear was like, we need, if the Jets are selling, this is who we're buying. And I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that.
So my thing with Sauce is he's a couple years removed from those all-pro teams.
He is.
Right?
He is.
And everybody said the same thing. When Sauce first got to the league, he was allowed to do some things that he isn't allowed to do anymore.
Yeah.
Grab, hold, and all that kind of stuff. And once they started calling those pass interferences more, he became less productive as a player. Right? He's also had some injury things as of late.
He has, yeah.
I don't know if he was worth those picks. Because to me, you're saying by trading those picks for Sauce Gardner, you're saying, hey, Sauce Gardner is our 1994 version of Deion Sanders.
That's fair, yeah.
Right, San Francisco struggled to get over the hump against the Dallas Cowboys in the 90s. Traded for Deion Sanders, among other players. But that was the big one, and they helped. Deion Sanders went Defensive Player of the Year that year. 49ers went to Super Bowl, beat the brakes off the Chargers. So you're telling me that Deion Sanders... that Sauce Gardner is your Deion Sanders. He's your one player away. He's your what you are to them is what Michael Parsons is to the Packers, right?
Yeah.
You're that to us. I don't think he's that player. I don't.
That's fair.
I don't think that come playoff time, he's going to all of a sudden lock up Rashee Rice or whoever
Rashee Rice.
You know,
let's hypothetical it, right? Let's say the players are going to be there. Bills will be there,
right? And they don't really have elite receivers,
so
yeah.
I think he fits for them.
Yeah.
Who's probably going to be there?
Broncos. Yeah, we got Cortland Sutton. But he kind of hang with him. Of course, he's a big body receiver.
Yeah, I think he makes that. That's all going to depend on the quarterbacks. That's going to be a quarterback fight for them, not necessarily a defensive. Well, it'll be a defensive fight for the offense of the Colts.
Yeah,
because they got to deal with your guy Patrick Surtain. Yeah, that's going to be
well, he hurt right now, but our defense still legit. We got Nick Bonito.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
So that's a question. Like you said, Chiefs. Yeah. Can he lock down a Rashee Rice?
Yeah,
or maybe cover a Xavier Worthy if he's burning him down the field?
Right,
that'll be a question.
Right,
but I don't think that he's outmatched in the playoffs. I don't think he's outmatched.
Gotcha.
This will be his first big test, absolutely. But I don't think he's outmatched by anybody right now.
Right. And I think that's a good point, is how many receivers that will actually be in the playoffs. That's scary because we all think the Bengals won't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about seeing Jamar Chase.
No, Jamar Chase and T.
You know what I mean?
If you had to play the Bengals, then yes, this might be a problem.
Right.
But the receivers that will be there, I think he'll be all right.
Right.
He'll be okay.
Right.
But it's just, but this will be his first.
We've got to get Patriots going. Stephon Diggs is there.
That's a good one. Yeah, Stephon Diggs.
You know what I'm
saying? If the Jaguars do make a comeback and get their guys back.
Yeah.
Hunter might be a problem.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter might be a problem.
Hunter, Thomas, or Jacoby Myers now.
Jacoby Myers, yeah.
Chargers, you know, I got some weapons.
Keenan Allen, Quentin
Johnson, Ladd McConkey.
You
know what I'm saying? So I just think you got to ask yourself, my thing is the pay. Because you've gotten him for cheaper.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If they didn't have to give up two first rounders,
yeah.
I would have been a little bit more happy. I think the Jets, great trade.
Yeah, Jets great.
You're going nowhere fast with them. Yeah. Offload them. Easy, you know.
They also traded
Quentin
Williams to the Cowboys.
Yes.
Jerry, buddy, that defensive line's looking rough, isn't it? Because you needed Quentin.
You know what made me mad? So I'm seeing people, like, I think ESPN gave them an F on the trade. I've seen people just kill the trade, and I like the trade.
Yeah.
Because first off, this is not we're trying to make the playoffs this year trade.
No.
This is we're trying to shore up our defense going forward.
So you traded away Michael Parsons, which does leave a hole in your pass rush, just in general.
It does.
So you have to replenish that. And if the Jets are selling, I'm buying him.
Yeah.
I need that for not just for now, but for the future.
Right.
We need to get this defense right.
Right.
It's the pass rush has never been great. So having a guy on the defensive front who maybe just by himself can improve that, I want that.
And he's not even a pass. He's more of a good run. They can kill.
Yeah, on the runs too. Yeah.
So Quentin Williams, can help shore up the runs or good run stuff.
True.
They don't expect a lot of sack numbers from him.
Not sack.
He can clear up. He can like Vita Vea. He can kind of clear it up, clog the lane.
But he also requires multiple dudes.
Yeah.
So that also helps in that pass rush.
And he may be rejuvenated the fact that he's playing in Dallas,
on
a bigger market, bigger stage. But I just think that if you're Jerry Jones, you have to do it.
You had to.
You gotta keep the team inspired. And so at worst comes to worst, if all it does is just keeps everybody focused and on edge, like, hey, we're not punting on this season.
Yeah.
We may not win, but we're not punting.
Yeah.
We're gonna fight to the end. If we end up winning 8 games, we go or 7-1-8, we're gonna get the tie. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, 7-1-9 or whatever. At least that shows going forward. Okay, we're trying. Jerry will make moves.
Yep.
He's not just gonna sit on his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe he'll finally go all in on something.
Right. And now if you're Dallas, your next focus should be re-signing George Pickens.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Re-sign. I don't know what Javonte Williams' contract is, but bringing him back.
Yeah.
You know, and now you got some momentum going into next season because if you got to think about this, the NFC East, right?
Yeah.
Who knows what the Giants are, but they hurt right now.
They're hurt, and Brian Daboll's still probably gone. Yeah. Brian Daboll and the GM are probably gone.
Right,
no matter
and they may
what.
trade some off pieces on the D line, right?
Yeah,
specifically maybe Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yep. Washington.
I told everybody they was going to be one and done.
Yep.
They tried to go all in, bringing some of these old guys, whatever, but it bit them in the ass.
Yep.
So Lattimore's out for the season. Like, he's hurt. Wagner's old.
And truth be told, who knows with the Eagles?
Yeah.
Who really knows?
Who knows? Like a stock market. Up and down, up and down.
Who really knows? Maybe in a year, think of his name right now.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown's gone. Maybe AJ Brown's gone at the end.
Maybe the year home. The coach Nick Sirianni. Who knows? You never know with them.
We don't know.
This is a long-term play. Dallas can easily in a couple of years be back at the top of the NFC East. I like the move.
Absolutely.
There was an All-Pro player available. Take him.
Yep. The one trade that didn't happen. Breece Hall. Keeping him.
Yeah. He asked out.
Really?
He asked for a trade. I was getting alerts from The Athletic. They actually had offers on the table for him, just didn't pull the trigger on it.
Because I knew a lot of people wanted him, but I guess they just didn't feel like they were going to get the value that they wanted.
Right.
We offered Force. I guess they were maxing out at thirds, and nobody was budging on a third-round pick.
Yeah.
Was that a mistake?
For the Jets? If you feel like, because they still have him on a contract.
Under contract, yeah.
If you feel like there's more to be had on the bone, then no.
Okay.
Right. You still got to win games too.
You do. You do. But I always figured, because let's be honest, this is not the current head coach. This is not his team, right? You're still holding on to the holdovers from Aaron Rodgers was here.
Right.
I would have felt like, let's go ahead and start getting this jump started for next year, so we can bring in who our head coach wants and needs to get what he needs going on that offense.
Yeah. Well, it's a world where he may feel like that's a guy he wants on the offense.
True. That's fair.
He may feel like, look, man, I want to start completely over from the cupboard.
That's fair.
Like, so like and plus Aaron Glenn's a defensive guy. So he probably feels way more comfortable being able to rebuild a defense as opposed to rebuilding an offense.
That's true.
So yeah, keep Breece Hall. Unless we get something crazy, not keep him. Same with Garrett Wilson. We keeping him. Right, they got Mason Taylor, right?
Yeah.
Tight end, so they're good at that spot. So he probably like, look, let's not start over. Next year we'll bring in a veteran quarterback because I ain't got the skills to develop somebody.
Yeah.
I trust myself in drafting defensive players and developing them, right?
That's fair.
I back myself. He probably backs himself on that. Help coach Aiden Hutchinson, help coach Jack Campbell, help coach Brian Branch. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Terran Arnold. Like he probably feels a little bit comfortable
in that
doing
regard.
that, right?
Yeah.
I can help get these guys going. So I understand him deciding to do that, as opposed to like offloading the offense unless you get a crazy haul.
That's true.
So I get it. I understand.
I get that. I like that. I like that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a defensive guy. I can let these defensive guys go. I'll develop my own.
Yeah.
But offense, we're gonna need some help.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
What's the next one?
Unfortunately.
Oh yes.
The passing of can't pronounce his name.
Marshawn Kneeland.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboy. Another incident, unfortunately, where a football player was under duress. That's all I can really say. When he ended up taking his own life in a police chase.
Right. Now I have some information. So he was not arbitrarily being just chased by the police.
Right.
He didn't. Wellness check was being done on him.
Oh.
His girlfriend was calling and was like, he'll do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what led to, you know what I mean? They weren't, now it wasn't just some.
Yeah, no, I didn't know there was a wellness check. That's why I said under duress, because clearly there was something going on.
Yeah.
Now that I know it was a wellness check, that's even sadder, unfortunately. That's a lot of stories like that in sports where, young guys, I don't know. We don't know, but prayers to his family. Yeah. Prayers to his loved ones.
Check on your people, man.
Yeah.
Check on your people, dog, and just make sure you say you love you when you can, hug your folks when you can.
Yep.
And that's another reason why when you see random, always choose to be kind. When you see, because you never know what people are going through.
Be kind, and especially when it comes to sports. That's why I'm not a big fan of just shitting on athletes.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what their mentals is like.
At all.
I don't want to pile on when I don't need to pile on.
Right.
Right. Like that's. Be kind. Be kind when
it's easy.
It's so easy.
It's not hard. You don't have to be a dick. You don't have to. You can see somebody, you can smile.
Yep.
You can see somebody, so you can say hello.
Wave hello.
You know
say
what
hello.
I'm saying? Because again, you don't never know. Again, I was in college. We had when I was in college at Lindenwood, we had 3 suicides when I was in college. Right. So, 2 guys are African American, which is not talked about enough.
Yep.
As far as the mental health and suicide rate amongst black males.
Yeah.
But I remember I was arguing with somebody online about, like, it was like, man, if I had all that money, it wasn't about this, was something completely different.
Yeah.
Months ago.
I was so glad you brought. I hate that argument when it comes to sports, and money does not buy happiness.
And we have how many examples? Yeah. How many examples do we have of that?
Anthony Bourdain, Kate Spade,
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah. So many successful people.
Yes.
Who you would have thought, oh, they good. No, they weren't.
No, they weren't. Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, money does not buy happiness. Of course, would money make me happy right now?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But in the long term, I don't know.
Yeah. Money will alleviate problems that money can alleviate.
Yeah.
But money can't alleviate things up here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you got bills, money can alleviate that.
Yeah.
Debt, money can alleviate that. But money can't alleviate if you're just depressed.
If you're just depressed, just depressed and you can't figure out why I'm feeling this way,
yeah,
money does not solve that.
At all.
A trip to Cancun won't solve it. You'll be on vacation still upset and depressed.
Right. Depression, it goes
travels.
with you.
It travels
now.
It travels.
Freaking flyer miles.
There's no off days for depression
at all. You know, so
be kind. Let's all just make sure in this tragedy, remember that it can happen to anybody.
We're all human, man.
Yep.
Transition from that though.
Conversation that we've been discussing for a while.
Yeah, but before we get to that one,
okay,
a quick one.
Yeah.
So obviously, recently there was a versus that took place between No Limit and Cash Money.
Yeah.
Which got people talking about the whole versus, who can be who in an event. And Jay-Z always pops up, and people always goes, well, nobody can beat Jay-Z in a versus. Nobody can stand up there on stage with Hov in a versus. And a lot of people are going,
a lot of people might be able to.
Some people can get it, because remember, it's only 20 songs.
Yep.
I keep telling people, and I'm a Jay-Z fan. Up until, for the longest time, he was my favorite rapper. Drake has passed him up.
Yeah.
But for the longest time, he was my favorite. The Jay's, every time people mention songs by Jay-Z, they always go to like the album cuts or B-sides or whatever. Who gonna stand to this? Who gonna stand to this record? Who gonna stand to this record? It's like, that's fine and dandy.
Yeah, but it's a versus.
I know some guys who have 20 bangers.
You brought it up when Travis brought Kanye out and they listed his set list. That set list kills. On a versus, that set list kills.
Like
that set list would be hard to beat for most rappers.
Yeah. Somebody's like, what can stand? If Jay-Z played Public Service Announcement, what can play that? Power gets that up out of here.
Power gets that up out
that's
of here.
Gone.
Yep.
If Jay-Z plays PSA and Kanye West plays Power, it's gone.
Yep.
If Jay-Z if we want to do any type of introduction song, Jay-Z plays PSA, Kanye plays Father Stretch My Hands.
Oh my gosh. That's a rap.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a rap.
Allow me to introduce myself. That's hard.
Yeah, it goes hard.
But you know what I'm saying?
But if you give me Father Stretch These Hands, and you know the problem it is for me why Father Stretch These Hands clears?
What?
I remember when Kawhi Leonard makes the shot against Toronto and someone synced that up to Father Stretch His Hands.
Yeah.
It's a rap. It's a rap. Once the beat drops on that intro.
Yeah, bro, the beat itself. The beat does it. You know what I'm saying? So I think Drake can get him.
Drake can get him.
I think Wayne can get him.
Yeah, I think Wayne can get him.
I think Kanye West definitely can get him. Quiet as kept. Niggas don't want to admit it. I think LL can get him. LL got 20. I'm an LL fan.
Yeah.
LL got 20 of them.
LL got 20 of them.
LL got 20 of them. You know what I'm saying? Then there are some fringe guys I've heard thrown out there. Future's been thrown out there. T.I.'s been thrown out there. I don't know how many big records Snoop has.
Snoop
50. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For me, the fringe one for me was 50. I think 50 that would be a tough one. I don't know if it's an automatic dub for 50, but that's definitely like they can go hit for hit.
But Jay-Z can be had.
Yeah, definitely.
I know a lot of hip hop guys, and rightfully so, have put Jay-Z on a pedestal. Again, rightfully so. But a versus is a on stage, and Jay-Z he has a great stage presence.
Yeah.
If you watch stuff on YouTube,
oh yeah. He's got some great stage. Some of his concerts are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, he can hang with the best of them, but he can be had.
Yeah, definitely.
We've seen how many times on versus have we gone in thinking, oh, this would be a landslide, and they lost.
Yeah.
How many times?
You got to bring your bangers.
Yeah.
And no, this is not.
And perform it well.
And perform it well. At Jay-Z at this age right now. No, if this was Jay-Z 10 years ago, probably a landslide for a lot of these dudes. Because he's still got the energy to get out there and perform like that. Now? Because he's he's almost 60?
Something like that.
My dad's almost 60. Nah, bro, I'm sorry.
If we just keep it strictly a catalog, I just think a lot of guys put a lot of stock into songs that everybody don't know. Everybody keeps thinking that everybody knows his catalog.
Everyone's trying to do the deep cuts.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to do deep cuts. We're just hit for hit.
You can.
But
I think if you do deep cuts and I play 20 bangers, then that may not work in your favor.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
For Jay-Z, the deep cuts wouldn't work.
Yeah.
We need the banger. We need the pure bangers and a couple deep cuts.
Yeah.
Because the other guys will come with just the bangers
sometimes. Just straight up.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, last topic of the day, a conversation that me and you have had for years. That has been percolating as of late because finally there's been data that we noticed on our own, but it's actually concrete.
It's reflecting in the major way.
Yeah. News came out a couple weeks ago how for the first time since 1990, there were no hip hop songs in the top 40, right? And everybody's like, "Oh my God, hip hop is dying. What is happening to hip hop and all that kind of stuff?" And it got me thinking about the conversation that we've wanted to have on air for years now. Yeah. A couple years ago, I'm chilling at Bryce's crib, and they're dropping festival lineups or whatever. And I look at Bryce, I'm like, damn, like it's the same people.
Yes.
It's the festival same people.
ASAP Rocky,
Travis Scott. It was the same people headlining. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what's going on? Like, why is it always the same artist? Like we ain't got no, and I'm like, damn, we ain't got no new stars that can take that spot.
Yep.
And it made me start looking, and it was like what I saw was like, wow, because I remember at that point I forgot what year, maybe it was 2023, 22-ish.
So, yeah.
And I remember I was comparing because I think it was around August time. I was like, I want to see what it was in August of 2018 compared to now.
Yep.
And it was crazy, like what the charts looked like around that time period. That time, it was crazy. Absolutely. And that was just a couple years ago.
Yep.
Now it's none.
Yeah.
So we're planning on doing kind of like a 3-part series, right? We break down how hip hop got here, and we're gonna plan on breaking it down 3 ways, right? Artists, labels, and hip hop media.
Yep.
Because I feel like all 3 have played a part as far as how hip hop got here.
Definitely.
Right? So first today we're gonna discuss the role that the artists, the rappers played in hip hop, quote unquote, dying or falling off or being in the state it is right now.
Yeah.
Right. Right now. In 2025, this year, I think was a great year as far as the problem with hip hop. Okay, hip hop in most people's eyes, hip hop had a good year, right? There's a chance that hip hop will actually do great at the Grammys this year.
Yep.
Right. So in most people's eyes, they're gonna view that as hip hop had a good year, it had a successful year. But the problem is, if you look at all the acts that had success, they were older acts, right? You look at the Clips.
Yep.
You look at Kendrick Lamar. Or even Drake with Nokia. You know what I'm saying? Even Chance, his comeback out, he's been out for a while.
He's been out for a while.
You know what I'm saying?
Earl Sweatshirt released out for a while. But nobody all these people have come out in the past 10 to 20 years.
Yeah.
That's all the major releases that people liked were acts that came out 10 to 20 years ago.
I'll go a step further. Right now, prior after the Clips dropped, right? Name I'm asking you genuinely.
Okay.
Name the 2 artists that people keep talking about. We can't wait for these 2 people to drop, or people are waiting for these 2 specific artists to drop.
Drake.
No.
Oh no.
2 guys specifically that people are like, okay, we keep hearing about. They got a project coming in. Wait, I guess you could include Drake in there with the Iceman. So I'm talking 2 other ones.
I don't know then.
Well, okay, what's the one guy who keeps giving us dates but keep pushing it back? We just said his name.
Oh, God, ASAP.
Yeah,
ASAP Rocky. Yes, ASAP Rocky.
And who's the other guy that everybody keep waiting? Mr. Bow Out.
Oh, the Fall Off.
Yeah, J. Cole.
J. Cole. Yeah, right. The Fall Off.
So the 2 most anticipated albums still
have not come out.
Are from artists who came out when we were in high school.
Yep.
That's what That's what people been waiting on. People, Drake, his Iceman album.
Drake,
ASAP Rocky's Don't Be Dumb. And J. Cole's The Fall Off. Yeah. No one's like, yo, when's the next Roddy Ricch album coming out?
Yep.
When's Jack Harlow's new project coming out? When's Meg Thee Stallion's new project coming out? Yeah. No one's waiting for these artists to come out.
Cardi B's album did come out.
It came out and underwhelmed.
Yeah.
And that leads to another problem we have to discuss. So recently, if we go back a couple years, right, So 2018 comes. That's the year we keep using as a tempo. That's the year I think.
I think most hip hop fans and media and everyone will agree 2018 was probably the hottest hip hop had ever gotten.
Yeah, it's zenith maybe. Yeah. You know, you can stretch out to 2020 if you want to, but 2018 for my money is where it peaked, right?
Yeah.
So after 2018 onward, we had a lot of new stars come out.
We did.
Right? Roddy Ricch comes out with the box, big record, right? Megan Thee Stallion comes into the scene, right?
In 2018,
Saweetie comes out the scene.
Cardi B's album is 2018.
She has my type. I was getting to her.
Okay,
she has my type, right?
Yep.
Jack Harlow comes out. Who's this white dude with swagger? Okay, ladies, man, all right. You know, got other guys like Polo G.
Polo G.
The Baby comes out. He has Bop. That's some Suge, big records, right? So we have all these new guys coming out. And included in that is some of the guys who came out like a year prior, which is like the Lil Babies, the Gunners,
you know Travis 2 years before that. His big album.
I'm getting to him for a reason.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like, okay, we got some new guys coming in. We still got the old heads there.
Yep.
We about to and the other genres didn't like they had anybody else really on the horizon.
No, they didn't.
So it's like, okay,
pop was desolate. At
that
time.
You know what I'm saying. So it's like, okay, hip hop's gonna be good for another 10 years.
Yep.
And then all those artists came out and flopped.
Yeah.
After their first project they hit.
Yeah, the first project hit. The next project, nobody is feeling it
at all. And right away, they just start getting written off.
Yeah.
Done. We're good. Boom, 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 boom. And I think that speaks to something that a lot of new artists have struggled with is establishing an identity and establishing a legitimate fan base.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who are you?
Yeah. Because let's take Roddy Ricch. Mm. The box comes out. I think he had 2 songs that come out. The
box is a big record. He had the High Fashion was a big record. You know what I'm saying?
But what was the album like?
It was good. The album was huge. A big record.
But what did we learn from it about him?
Right.
What did we learn? Mm-hmm. I didn't really establish a connection with Roddy Ricch through this album. Mm-hmm. I loved the songs.
Yeah.
But there was nothing that said, I need to listen to more of this.
Right.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a very big problem when it comes to that organic fan base for a lot of these younger artists. What are you producing that makes me come back for more?
Yeah. And I also think a lot of these artists, to me, have done a bad job of working. What I mean by that is, who do you think you are being able to drop a project and then just waiting?
Facts.
The audacity.
The audacity of you to produce a project and make me wait 2 years.
Yeah.
I should see another project in a year, big dog.
Right.
You should be 3 projects deep.
Or your presence should still be felt.
Yeah.
You should still be out here working.
Yeah.
Don't give us no bullshit.
Don't give us no BS, but where are your features?
Yeah.
Excuse me, you just dropped a hot song. Where are your features at?
Yeah.
Where aren't you hopping on all these other tracks right now? Get out there.
Yeah. And then when we do see these artists, they're terrible in the interviews.
Yep.
They act like they don't want to be there.
Yep.
And it's just like, okay, you're not really bringing anything to kind of captivate the audience.
Yeah.
Who are you as a person?
Yep.
Bring us in. Tell us your story.
Yeah.
Bring us along for the journey so we can help uplift you.
Yeah. The best part about being a fan of something is going along with that journey on whatever it is, like sports, right?
Yeah.
Man, we sucked, right? And it sucked being a fan. But all of a sudden, this guy came around, and it felt great. Right. This music, I was in a music just desolate wasteland.
Right.
Nothing I was listening to caught on for me. And this guy shows up with a sound that I just have not that I'm resonating with right now. I want more of that. I want to go on that journey of I'm ready for the next one. I'm ready for that next drop. Right. This is a surprise drop. Oh wow, that's a nice little snippet of a song right there. I want to hear more of that. And just none of that. None. I don't know any new artist that's done the. Let me tease you a little bit because something's on the way. None of it.
I think another thing is when it comes to this year is a lot of people keep saying, "Well, mainstream hip hop is dead. The underground's alive and well."
Underground will always be alive and well.
Yeah, the underground's always be alive and well. But let me tell you something about the underground, right? The underground is where you get a chance to hone your sound without being the scrutiny of the mainstream spotlight, right? Another problem that hip hop had is there was an era of artists who came in mid 2010s to late 2010s who it was a different sound and they got a lot of pushback.
Yeah.
Right. I'm talking about the Triple X's.
Yep.
The Playboy Cardis.
Yep.
Right. The Lil Uzi Verts. The Juice WRLDs.
Yeah.
Right. Those, the Lil Peeps. That type, Trippie Redd.
Trippie Redd. Yeah. They called them the SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah.
Or mumble rap or however you want to categorize it. Mm-hmm. But I definitely remember being in like the SoundCloud rap trenches and being like, yo, this sound is deep. Dope. I love it.
It's different though.
It's different.
Which is important.
Yep.
Because any genre, in order for it to thrive, needs to evolve.
It's got to evolve.
Right? Hip hop.
I think the only genre that doesn't have to evolve as quickly is pop. Because pop's going to borrow from whatever is kind of popular.
Right.
But a true blue like genre where the sound comes from the bottom up, it's got to be unique and got to evolve.
Because if you look at hip hop's history, right? If you go to the first, like the early 80s, whatever, it's like, I call it the pre-Rock Kim era.
Yeah.
The hip, that type of stuff. The we's are the breaks, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Don't push me. Cause that type of rapping, right?
Edge. Yeah.
And then we get the Rock Kim, which is a little bit more like smooth and flow, you know what I'm saying?
Every Rock Kim, Slick Rick.
Yeah, Cool G Rap, things, guys like that, right? And that also parlays into more of that gangster rap, which you got from the NWA and that era of artists,
the West Coast sound,
that G-Funk and all that kind of stuff, right?
And then New York evolves, right? So New York goes from, like you said, from the Run DMCs,
the Beastie Boys,
to the LLs, and then to Wu-Tang, and then
it gets more grimy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We get a lot of more grimy in that era, but the sound is still changing.
Yep,
it's still changing, and even in the midst of all that, you still have the native tongue movement.
Yeah.
Right, you still had A Tribe Called Quest, Queen Latifah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You still had all of that happen. De La
Soul, and then in the 2000s, the South starts to rise.
Yeah,
right.
Like late 90s to early 2000s. Yeah. So you get that. So
we get an influx of new sound. Right. It had been East versus West. Here comes the South with a new style.
The South has something to say.
Yeah.
And then that leads to movements like the crunk movement.
Yep.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And we keep getting this evolution, right? And then as the late 2000s starts to roll around, we get more of that. The gangster rap starts to kind of subside.
Yep.
Crunk starts to subside, and we get more melodic.
Yeah.
We get Drake's, Kanye West.
Yeah.
T-Pain. We get more of those type of Kid
guys
Cudi.
coming up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They start to rise and take shape a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
And then, like you said, then that parlays into like what we get, right? Which is the SoundCloud. We get drill rap starts to happen around the same time frame.
Chicago drill.
So
that's Chief Keef, King Von.
Yeah, Lil Bibby. G Herbo. You know what I'm saying? All these guys start to kind of pop up around the same time. You know what I mean? And these sounds just still kind of happen, right?
Yeah.
But then once the mumble rap, SoundCloud rap era starts to happen, pushback starts to take place.
Yep.
And I tell people all the time, if you sit there and you tell people something's bad enough, you see it in the NBA.
Yep.
If you tell some people something's bad enough at one point, you can't get mad when they believe you.
Exactly. And
but we'll talk about that when it comes to the media.
But let's talk about from the artist standpoint.
Yeah.
They didn't fight hard enough for themselves at that point. Where you're not you now know, and maybe that's I think of it like the eras of music, right? I think punk did a good job of fighting for itself. Punk rock, right? Punk rock says, no, we're different and we're going to be different, and it allows itself, and that fighting for yourself allows it to go mainstream. Where everyone's like, no, yeah, I resonate with this. I don't care for my dad's rock. This is my rock. I don't think enough people fought for that era of that moment in hip hop. Too many people didn't just say, no, I don't care what you got to say. I'm gonna say it, and the people who fuck with it are gonna fuck with me, and we're gonna ride it out.
Right.
I don't think the artist did that part of, I know you resonate with me, the younger generation. I know you do.
Right.
Because you were here in SoundCloud with me. We was in these Wild West internet hip hop trenches. And you're gonna abandon me because some dude on a podcast says I'm not good? Come on, man. Like, help me out.
Also, I think another thing is, contrary to popular belief, hip hop people keep saying hip hop is a sport, and it is.
It is, right? Yeah. There's a competitiveness to it.
You should want to be the best.
Yeah.
Point blank. Period. I think there's this part of in order to be the best, you gotta want it.
Yeah.
And you gotta want everything that comes with it. You can't you can't shy away from it. You gotta want all of it. You gotta want all the smoke, right? I think recently, and we discussed this, it felt like the women wanted it,
definitely,
but weren't being given the tools and the access to take it to the next level.
I think Meg Thee Stallion is a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Meg wants to be a superstar.
Yes.
And it just feels like she has not been given the space to be that.
You're right.
And it's like,
and I feel like that with all the women.
Yeah.
Meg, Glorilla,
yeah.
the City Girls, specifically JT,
yeah.
Lotto,
yeah.
Bia. Like, it feels like the women, like when they go on interviews, they sound very clear and concise. They're excited to be there. They engage. You know what I'm saying? They go on they still do a little radio tour, the press tours and all that. But it feels like they're just kind of tossed away to the side, and they're not being linked up.
Taken seriously.
They're not being linked up with the big producers. They're not being given the big budgets. You know what I'm saying? They're not being given all of the assets the guys have been given.
Yeah. And
the guys right now who are being given it aren't taking advantage of it.
Yep.
Because hip hop from the very beginning has always been a showman thing.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't care what anybody says. That you can miss me with that. It's about the art. It's a business. In order for the art to thrive, you gotta have faces.
Yep.
And whether it was back in the day, again, whether it was Run DMC and Beastie Boys and LL Cool J, and then the 90s come, it's Pac, and it's Big, and it's Snoop, and it's Dre, and in the late 90s, it's DMX.
You have to be larger than life.
It's DMX, it's Jay-Z, it's Eminem, it's Nelly, it's Ja Rule. Then it moves a little bit further, and then it's T.I., it's Ludacris, right? Like, all of these, Lil Wayne, then we get Drake, then we get Nicki, then we get Future, then we get Cole, then we get Kendrick. All these guys played a fact because all these guys, they didn't shy away from the smoke.
No.
They wanted it.
No.
And instead,
there has been a loss of
50 Cent including that as well.
Yeah, 50 Cent including that. There has been a loss of that ownership of, no, I'm the best MC.
Yeah.
Or I might not be, but I believe it.
Yeah.
I sure as hell believe I am one of the best MCs that you could ever have out here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you that I am.
And I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Yeah, and I'm going to be larger than life. I'm going to be all in your face like a 90s music video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with the fisheye lens.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm going to be
Twister and Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, I'm going to be all Hype Williamsy right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that, to me, that has been lost. I think a lot of these guys they want to be just rappers.
They want to be just. But I was going to ask you, think it's a cultural thing too, because I know I've noticed a lot where sometimes people feel that's corny.
A little bit.
You know what I'm saying?
A little bit.
Where people feel like you're trying too hard.
Yeah.
But the reality is, you have to try too hard.
Right.
If I want to succeed, I have to try.
You gotta try hard.
Yeah.
You don't get points for being too cool.
No.
That I call it that Joey Badass, that Jid, that you know. That too cool for school, that's cool. That may work for Nas.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work for you.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That may work for Rakim. It's not gonna work for you. And truth be told, if the genre was led by Rakim, if it was led by Nas, it would not have gotten to the heights that it needed.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Yes, Rakim was cool.
Yeah.
The Fool was cool, but we needed we needed Run DMC.
You need a Run DMC out here, boom boxes. They looked cool.
Yeah.
They looked cool.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, Rakim looked cool too, but I'm saying, but you needed guys to be screaming about, it's tricky and my ideas. You needed Beast people going saying fight for your right to party.
Yeah.
You needed LA Cool J saying, my radio and I need love. You needed those guys.
Yeah, definitely.
You need as cool as Nas was with I Ruled the World and all that kind of stuff. You needed Biggie with Hypnotized.
Yeah.
You needed with Pac, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With his records. Like, you need all these guys, Snoop, you know what I'm saying? Like, you needed these guys to be out there and not be afraid
because the genre needs variety.
Yeah.
Right? Like, as much as I could like the cool, the lyricist and all of that, I can't play that at a party. Right? And I need some hip hop that's going to get people moving. Yeah. I need hip hop that's going to get people excited to go out, to have fun. And everything has to coexist, but hip hop, any genre, it needs the movers and shakers as much as it needs the absolute artists, right? Bob Dylan's cool, but I'm not listening to Bob Dylan to get amped.
Yeah.
Give me some Kiss.
Yeah.
Give me some Kiss.
Right.
Right? Like, I love me. Truthfully, I loved Lupe Fiasco. Lupe's not moving the needle for people though. I love me some Lupe Fiasco. Kick push is not doing it for a lot of people.
Right.
I need that energy that gets people excited about my genre. And I feel like that's what I feel like we're missing that right now, where someone's going out. We're really the guys. The guys aren't going out here and saying, "I'm better than you," and I'm going to tell you I'm better than you, and I'm going to tell you I'm better than you, and I'm going to tell you. And someone's not responding back, being like, "No, I'm the best."
And it's not, but also let's make it clear, we're not even talking about people beefing. We're talking about just
just
going out there and showing us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Where's the bravado? Where is the like? I'll be honest with you. Hip hop to me would be the equivalent of, imagine if the diva wide receivers were rappers.
Oh my God,
that's what hip hop should be.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because as great as the quarterbacks are,
yeah, the receivers steal the show.
Yeah, they steal the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
if every receiver was like Larry Fitzgerald,
or if every running back was like Barry Sanders,
yeah,
you know, like you need some Ricky Waters.
Yep.
Right? Yep. You know what I mean? You need some Deion Sanders instead of a Darryl Green.
Yeah.
You need these guys out there.
I need a Michael Irving.
Yeah.
He is insane.
Yeah.
But he steals the show. I need that.
Yeah. And I think that's important. That element of hip hop is highly needed.
It's needed.
You know?
It's needed. Yeah.
And I just think that a lot of these guys, to me, I don't know if it could be the cool thing, but I just think that they have just been misled as far as what they think they have to do.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell people this. You can like a rapper till the cows come home. You can say, oh, lyricist, this, that, and the third, which is important. You can have both, by the way. No one's saying sacrifice one or the other.
You need both.
Yeah.
You need both.
Right.
You need to have the artists and you need to have the entertainers.
Right.
You need both. And sometimes they can be in one artist.
Yeah. Well, at its core, they are one artist. Kendrick is both.
Absolutely.
Drake is both.
Yeah.
Kanye is both. Jay-Z is both.
Yep.
DMX is both. 50 was both. Eminem was both. Wayne was both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Snoop was both. Dre was both.
Yeah.
NWA was both. Cube was both.
Yep.
So to me, we're not saying you have to sacrifice one or the other.
No.
We're saying that it's entertainment. You can't get mad when all you do is rap.
Yeah.
You have to be an artist. You have to be an entertainer as well.
Yep.
If you want to do that part, fine, but don't be surprised you're not that big.
Yeah.
Tell people all the time, I like a lot of artists who are like low key or haven't kind of cracked that mainstream, right? But it gets to a point where after a while you kind of realize, I understand why you are your way, why
100%.
You've only gotten so far.
100%.
I was a big Joey Badass fan when he came out. I thought at some point he was going to break that glass ceiling. He never did. And at this point, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think what records that he got on his album that should have sent him to the moon.
Yeah.
None. You know what I'm saying?
Right? People love some Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
But there's a reason. There was a reason he never really made it big. Half of that was he would disappear a lot.
Yeah.
He was just gone.
Right.
We're hearing from him.
Right.
You have to want it. And I think that's you have to want it.
Yeah.
You can't just rely on your skills in this industry.
Yeah.
You have to do so much more. I think, to me, I remember T.I.'s son was talking about, I want to be as big as Michael Jackson. And my first thought was, you don't do half the work Michael Jackson did. Right? It took Michael, beyond just the Jackson 5. Once he splits from the Jackson 5, there are 3 projects before Off the Wall, his breakout record. We need that from a lot of these guys sometimes, right? Where was the work that you put in before that? Rock artists, you see it all the time. I remember one of the worst experiences you'll have is go to your favorite rock artists and go to their early stuff. Nowhere near as good as the stuff that you like. But they put in the work. And you see, early Green Day, I don't like it. I love me some Green Day. Don't like it until you get to American Idiot.
You didn't like Dookie?
I did not. Well, no, not Dookie. Yeah, no, you're right, Dookie. There's 2 albums before Dookie. Not very good.
Gotcha.
Not very good. But you see the progress. I'm not seeing that progress in these new guys. They're just coming out, hot single, album. Where was the work before that?
Right.
We need that. You need that.
And it's funny because when I think about like the stars, like the last stars to me, I'll say 3 or 4, who I felt like we saw them. Well, honestly, 5. I'm gonna throw 5 in there.
Okay.
Who I felt like we saw what happens when you actually decide to actually go after it and go for the gusto. To me, the biggest one probably Travis Scott.
Absolutely.
But then below him to me would be like Playboi Carti.
Yeah.
And then your guy Tyler the Creator.
Yeah.
And I think on an even lesser note, 21 Savage.
Yeah.
21 Savage last year sold 100K first week. That's huge for 21 Savage.
That's big for him. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
but we've got so many albums before that.
Where he kept getting better. He did the Drake project. A lot of artists would be like, "Nah, I'm good." He was only on the album for like 20-some%. He's like, "That's enough for me."
Yep.
I get to go on tour with Drake.
Yeah.
And be on an album with him. That's a good look for me. I'll take it. Yep. I'll take it. I want it.
Yeah.
I want it. I want all of it. I'll do it.
I think Tyler Creator is a great example, right? His early projects, let's be honest. If you wasn't an Odd Future fan, I don't blame you for not being an Odd Future fan.
Right. That's me.
Yeah. Once you start getting to Flower Boy, you're like, this is different.
Yeah.
Who is this artist? Mm-hmm. And that parlays into his next projects. Travis Scott. Maybe you don't like that early project, but by the time we get to Astroworld, there's a very complete Travis Scott. We're like, yeah, I see it. Yeah. I can see it now. Mm-hmm. But the work has to get put in. Like, you have to just be in those trenches, working on album, being on tour, getting out there.
Yeah.
It's not going to come like that. It's just not.
And another issue I have before we go is a lot of the older artists are doing a bad job to me of actually putting on the younger artists to me. I know the internet has kind of been like has kind of cut out that element. Like, guys can feel like they can just upload, like you said, the SoundCloud era.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was different when guys are being introduced into us via other artists.
And that's where I think the breakdown happens, though, right? Because the guys can just kind of get out there and do their own thing. But then it should be the OGs who are then coming in and saying, I see you, I hear you. Mm-hmm. Let's work together. Right now I didn't usher you into it necessarily. I can still mentor you.
Yeah.
That still doesn't. That still looks good on me.
Yeah.
It still looks good on me as an OG if I'm out here and all these SoundCloud dudes are out there and I pick out the pearl of all these dudes. That looks good on me. And they didn't do that part.
Yeah.
Right. They didn't take dudes under their wings. And, rest in peace, Juice WRLD next, but they could have used that guidance.
Yeah.
Could have used someone coming around and saying, hey, big dog, hey, Juice, I like what you're doing. You've got potential. Let's chill with the drugs.
Yeah.
Let's chill out on these destructive lifestyle patterns. Mm-hmm. You can get back to it if you want to, but let's get you out there first before all that.
I just think even more than that, though, just the look, though. The look of being attached to somebody.
Yeah.
And I thought about this recently. What happened to artists taking like smaller artists on tour with them? Kendrick just did a stadium tour with SZA.
Yeah.
Drake's last two tours were with 21 Savage and J. Cole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think J. Cole, when he came here on his own, he came with like Lil Baby, I think. Like, what happened to artists like going like, you know what?
Go back to Travis, Shaq West. Mm-hmm. Right, he toured with Shaq West. That was his when he toured with Travis. That was his first album.
Yeah,
Mudboy. Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense for Shaq West.
Yeah,
like let me get this album.
Go before that, when Kendrick Lamar did the Damn tour, he took Travis Scott.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like all of these things. Drake used to do it a lot early on in his career.
He
took Kendrick out.
Yeah,
he took Rocky out. You know what I'm saying?
Put us on the Amigos.
Yeah, like a lot. Like, what happened to? You know what? My opening act is gonna be somebody who I think y'all should hear.
Yeah, you
know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, and that's why I think with the whole beef, I'm like, the one thing that got lost in the beef to me was Drake. To me, contrary to popular, whether you think he was stealing, whatever, at least he was introducing you to people.
That's true. He
was hopping on songs with people.
Yep.
Not that he was hopping on their songs.
He was on other people's songs.
It wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So to me, it was like he was putting that was a good look.
That was a good look. That was a good
Kendrick,
look.
Unfortunately, has not really been that for real.
No.
The only time in his career I remember him doing that for real was he randomly hopped on New Freezer with Rich the Kid.
Yeah.
Obviously, he helped with Baby Keem. You know what I'm saying?
But that was really it.
Yeah, but Baby Keem already had, but Baby Keem by the time he already had, Honest was already out.
That's true.
Orange Soda was already out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's still, I'm gonna count that.
I'm gonna count it. That was his first big release.
Yeah,
his first big rollout.
Right. But other than that,
I think J. Cole's probably the only one who's done the best at it, giving us the Dreamville Collective, and that helping push.
But even they've only gotten so far because Cole's the weakest out of the three of actually being able to elevate.
But that's also the problem, right? Yeah. The weakest of the three probably has the most that he's done to help give us new acts, but because of his reach, it really doesn't help much.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's our thoughts.
That's our thoughts. We got more.
We got more for you. Anyway, man, that's all the time we have for you guys today, man. You can follow me at Facebook at Bryce Oding. Follow me on Instagram at Bryce David Oding. Bryce, go and tell them.
From my Twitter, Bruce Leroy.
And remember, if you didn't hear from the horse's mouth, so I listen to Ass Who Told You. We out. Peace.